Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today I have another baby related video. I feel like I'm really low. That's kind of better. Okay, but I have another baby pregnancy related video for you today. So this is my 36-week pregnancy update. I think the last one I did was 33. I did a 25 and then a 33, and now we're at 36. So I'll show you the bump first, maybe. All right. Kinda, there we go, that's better. Kind of hard to, well, I guess not really hard to see. Kind of hard for me to get the whole thing in there, but there she is. As of the day I'm filming this, we actually haven't had our 36-week appointment yet. We will have it tomorrow. I assume that I'll edit this after that appointment or sometime after that appointment. So if there's something drastic that's changed between now and then, I will edit it in somewhere. But I just wanted to give you a little update. I did make some notes this time on things that I wanted to make sure to touch on, talk about, because the last ones I kind of just ad-libbed, I think is what it is. Just some ways I've been feeling, some things I've been experiencing at this point. Now, this is my second pregnancy, first time with a girl, like my first time with a girl. My first pregnancy, we had a boy, even though we waited to find out the gender. This one is a girl. So I was really, really badly nauseous and, you know, vomiting, all of that lovely, lovely stuff in the first trimester. Into the second trimester, probably about halfway in, and it finally went away. But she's back in full swing. That is for sure. Not every day do I feel nauseous, but about every day I have such bad acid reflux that, you know, stuff makes its way to my mouth. I haven't, you know, fully done it, although I think there was one time I could have. I just happened to be like swallowing something at the same time. Maybe TMI. I probably will put in here TMI moments, but that has been probably the most prevalent thing, is the nausea and the acid reflux near vomiting. When I was pregnant with our first baby, I did have acid reflux, but it was not like this, not nearly as bad. It was more just like heartburn type, whereas this is like getting sick, feeling like I'm gonna get sick. Nothing sounds good to eat again. Luckily, I did get medication, so I do have that. If I really need it, I can take it. So thankfully I have that. I have also had a hard time going number 2. I always feel like I have to, but then like nothing happens, and I'm like, it's so irritating to think that you have to go and then you don't. On the flip side, I have been peeing so much, and it mainly happens at night, which is the worst time I feel like for it to happen. I think I'm up every single hour going and running to the bathroom, and I've tried the trick where you like lean forward to hopefully fully empty the bladder, and nothing works. Nothing works, so I just have to go to the bathroom all the time. But because I'm up like every single hour, I've been extremely tired. Now, some of that also comes with having a toddler who never stops going, or at least very rarely stops his going around, and he gets up really early regardless. But I've just been really exhausted. Like, all I want to do is take a nap, but I've been trying to be good about getting things done. I do also resell. I'll link my platforms that I sell on currently down below, and then I also have a natural makeup line that I work on, and I will link that website down below as well. So I can't always nap when I want to, and I wish I could. And I know somebody's probably gonna be like, you should nap now while you can. Well, I still can't. So, because my brain would just keep going and would not let me. So I have been really tired. One good thing is I have been less swollen than I was when I was pregnant with my first. I had really high blood pressure. We actually had to get induced because my blood pressure was so high. And I've yet to have high blood pressure this time around, or anything that would be or seem alarming So that's been nice. I do feel like I've swollen a lot, or I'm a lot less swollen than I was. Now, my feet and ankles still swell some, especially if I've been up on them for a while. But overall, like my face, it's more swollen than it is in normal times, and so are my hands slightly, but nothing to the extent that it was my first time around. Thank goodness. That was not very fun. On the contrary, nothing fits. So this is also a maternity shirt, and my belly is so big that this shirt barely covers it. Some of my husband's shirts barely cover my belly. And, but I have had to wear mostly his shirts because the length just isn't cutting it, which stinks. Stinks pretty bad. Especially because I don't want to have to wear the over the belly shirts all the time because it's getting hot, and being pregnant, I'm already hotter than normal. So nothing fits, which is just great. I can tell that I've gotten bigger in the hips too, or widened out in the hips, because a lot of my bottoms have had a hard time fitting as well. Not just the tops, or things will be like really tight in certain places that maybe they weren't just a couple weeks ago and whatnot. But there is that. I have had a lot of back pain, which I know can be normal. Really, it comes if I'm up on my feet too much, and I do feel like I get exhausted from walking or doing things very quickly. Not necessarily winded, because I do feel like I can breathe better now because I think that she's dropped. So it's not the catching my breath that I need to do, it's just that I'm physically worn out. She does sometimes still, like, she will move, and I'm not talking like a kick or a punch that hurts. I'm talking like it feels like she's just slowly scraping her limbs against certain places, or she's purposefully just like leaning back into something. Sometimes it's not really my lungs, actually. Usually it's just my side that she does it to, like below my ribs, which is funny because our first baby, he was like in between my ribs, but she is below my ribs. But again, it's getting tight in there. I'm sure she moves still, but I'm sure that it's getting a little bit harder. I have had a lot of Braxton Hicks. There have been some that are a lot more painful. They remind me more of like a period cramp. Nothing like scary or that lasts too long or that's super regular or anything like that. But I have felt a lot of hardening, and I have had some that are really uncomfortable, but nothing that I felt like they need to call or go to the doctor or anything like that. I have been trying to be a lot better about staying hydrated this time. Last time I got dehydrated, and that caused a big issue where we had to go to the hospital, and it was just because everything was contracting. I just needed water. So there's that. I don't recall when I was pregnant with our first feeling like when I would go to the bathroom and wipe that there would be like this mucusy looking stuff. I don't know that I've passed my mucus plug, but I have looked up that, you know, it can go at any time, and it can go in like periodic chunks, to make it that makes it a little bit harder to notice. And I do feel like overall I've had not a lot of leakage of fluid, because it's not like consistent where I'd be worried that my water is breaking, but I do feel like I've had more fluid come out this time. Again, if my doctor says something about it, I will put it in here, but again, nothing that I'm worried about. The baby still moves. I don't have regular contractions, and it's not been like a big gush or a big flow, and nothing bloody or anything like that. Oh, one kind of side note thing that I didn't put on here, but one of my dogs just reminded me of. This is Yodi. He's our oldest baby. The one thing that he just reminded me of is I feel like my dogs have not left me alone. I feel like it's gotten progressively worse over the last few weeks. They are all just like right on top of me all of the time, I feel. even whenever I'm sleeping, like there's always at least, which this is normal. Usually Coyote and our other smaller dog Mocha are usually in the bed with us and they're right next to me. But I'm talking about on the floor next to me. At least one of our two bigger dogs will be there. And they follow me around constantly everywhere. I always have a shadow. And while that's not abnormal for them, it's just a lot more so now than it usually is. But yeah, we are getting excited. I've just filmed my hospital bag. So I have that all packed minus chargers, I think. And then snacks, but snacks aren't really that important because when we first go in, I won't be able to eat. It'll just be afterwards. So if I have to send Jacob, I have to send Jacob to get snacks if we don't get to pack them between now and then. We have the bassinet stuff all washed. I got the car seat stuff all washed. We don't have the car seat in the car yet. Actually, we don't even have the bases in the car yet. But I did want to go ahead and get it out and get it cleaned so that way then it was ready to go. And technically it is ready to go. It's sitting in our dining room. I'm looking at it right now. It is ready to be picked up and go whenever we need it. But I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do. If I get to 38 weeks, then I might do a 38 week one or 39 or depending. But yeah, that is my update. I hope that you enjoyed, that you maybe got some solace from this or just some information. But I will see you on my next one. Like I said, I will link all of my other platforms down below if you'd like to check that out. And I will see you on my next one. Bye guys.